Okay, so we're going to look at a lot of options here. There's a grappling sequence we covered today. Where it started, I'm underneath Austin's side control. And he has side control, what we call side control A, which means I got to get my arm position first. I get my elbow in. I work this fist under his chin. I'll start to bump my hip, even if I have to raise and jump my hips that way, until I can get my hand on his shoulder. And this is where I begin to do a knee elbow escape. I'm trying to bump and bring my knee in, move my hips away, but he changes arm position. He recognizes what I'm doing. And so I've got to change my escape. I can't do a knee elbow escape when he blocks my hip like this. So I change my hand position to here. I bring both arms under, past his arm, and now I'm shoving upward with my arms as I'm scooting down toward my feet. So I bump and scoot. And then I'm turning, I'm reaching for this leg, palm down, this arm is palm down, and I back up behind him for the single. Now the first direction we took it was just to finish the sweep single, cover his hips, and work our way behind, all right? And now from here, I can take, I'm around his neck and his arm, I'll even grab the wrist and my own wrist, set my foot over, pull him in. Instead of going to a true back mount with hooks in, I've got this across his belly, and this one steps over his arm. So what I'm trying to do here is two things. I'm setting up leg position for finishes, but in the meantime, I'm taking this arm out of the game, where you can't use this arm to save this arm. All right, I can separate them. All right, and then this means also that I can set up an arm lock immediately by pushing his head, step my leg over, but you also get this alternate arm lock where I don't have to set my leg over his head because this leg is holding his shoulder down. Even if it's like this with my ankle, I can squeeze my legs and I still get the fold for my knee for the arm lock with his head out. This happens often when someone is in mid-escape and trying to crawl this way. If I were like this and he pushed my knee and crawled his head up, and I just set my foot over his shoulder, and I can still get the arm lock. The other direction we took from here is to come under the arm, grab my shin, and then start to rotate to set up either a back triangle from here or to exploit this arm. Okay? I can turn it this way as well, or that way, if I'm pushing. Okay, and then there's the triangle. So that was one direction. We ended up there, and then we backed up to where I'm going for this single, and he whizzes. All right, there's a lot of good pressure there, so I've got to solve that. My right hand slides down to his ankle, and I lift up on his ankle and put my leg around it, so I'm lacing his leg. I'll post my arm on my leg, turn my palm to the sky, relax my arm, and I just kind of lead him forward, and that's your limp arm escape to get out of the whizzer so I can get behind him. And then here I am. From here, I'm going to go for a rolling calf crush, but then he also has an option from underneath. So I'll collapse him where he's down at his elbows. Both arms behind his arms. I grab the same wrist on the far side, his right wrist. I step up, I put my near side hook in. He's closing up on this side. He's not letting me get the other hook in. So I've got one hook in, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do with this? As long as I hold this wrist, I'm secure on both sides where I can hit and not going to fall off. But it's still not the most secure position. I can't finish my back now, he's not letting me. So what I do instead is I set my foot, crucial detail over here, I set my foot on the other side so that my shin is across his calf. All right? He may not notice that I did that, but it's going to make a big difference. I turn now suddenly to that foot. I grab the foot and I roll back. As I triangle my legs, both hands grab the end of his foot. I extend my hips. My shin is right there in the crook of his knee, and I pull. And there's my rolling calf crush. Once it's in, it's in. He's not getting out of it. It's at that late stage, it's just really done. So now we go back to the situation where, let's say I'm the one
under the shoulder. He got behind me. He couldn't finish the single. He got behind me. He did his limp arm and everything. And he had his knee set down inside my legs, inside my feet, which is sort of a tactical error. It's a problem. You want to be real careful about putting that knee down there, but people do it. All right, in some cases you can get them to do it. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, it's his left leg, so my right arm is going to reach inside. My shoulder is going to go really deep. I'm going to hook that knee. And then I'm going to push off with my feet. All right, so right where I am on the mat, I'm going to do a roll on my right shoulder. And then I come up, tucking my right foot behind my left knee, and now I'm all set for a knee bar, okay? It's also a toe holder. So notice again, we're here. Let's say he didn't put his knee in between there. He's beside me. What I can do is I can crawl this one forward and kind of get it between and kind of pull it to me. See, I crossed my shin over his calf. And now for the moment, he can't get his leg out. Yeah. And he's in trouble because I can reach for that and I can knee bar him before he can do or say anything about it. So you can actually be crafty about setting it up by trapping his leg for a moment, putting it within reach, and then you roll for that knee bar. So one of the things that came up in class is just this idea that you think about what does the opponent expect you to do. If you're halfway to back now and you're looking for that other hook, that's what he's defending against. So that's a really good time to change up and go to rolling knee bar, or rolling calf crush. So it's about changing the part of his body that you're attacking that he's just not defending it. He doesn't see it coming. So by the time he even begins to react or defend, it's sort of too late. Okay? Leg locks have a way of catching people by surprise in just that way. So it's a nice thing to have a few of them in your pocket, ready to go, when you want to change up your attack and get somebody by surprise. There are a couple guys in class that actually do that, and it can be very effective.